Mein Hut, der hat 3 Ecken. 3 Ecken hat mein Hut. Und hat er nicht 3 Ecken, dann ist es nicht mein Hut.
Oh boy, it's time for Opa's Corner. Oh, let's get started. Oh. One day, a florist went to a barber for a haircut. After the cut, he asked about his bill, and the barber replied, "I cannot accept money from you. I'm doing community service this week." The florist was pleased and left the shop. When the barber went to open his shop the next morning, there was a thank you card and a dozen roses waiting for him at his door. Later, a cop comes in for a haircut, and when he tries to pay his bill, the barber again replied, "I cannot accept money from you. I'm doing community service this week." The cop was happy and left the shop. The next morning, when the barber went to open up, there was a thank you card and a dozen donuts waiting for him at his door. Then a member of Congress came in for a haircut, and when he went to pay his bill, the barber again replied, "I cannot accept money from you. I'm doing community service this week." The member of Congress was very happy and left the shop. The next morning, when the barber went to open up, there were a dozen members of Congress lined up waiting for a free haircut. Diary of a Blonde. January. Took a new scarf back to the store. It was too tight. February. Fired from pharmacy job for failing to print labels. Hello! Bottles won't fit in typewriter. March. Got really excited. Finished jigsaw puzzle in 6 months. Box said 2 to 4 years. April. Trapped on an escalator for hours. Power went out. May. Tried to make Kool-Aid. Wrong instructions. 8 cups of water won't fit in those tiny packets. June. Tried to water ski. Couldn't find a lake with a slope. July. Lost breaststroke swimming contest. Learned later the other swimmers cheated. They used their arms. August. Got locked out of my car in rainstorm. Car swamped because soft top was open. September. The capital of California is C, isn't it? October. Hate Smarties. They are so hard to peel. November. Baked turkey for 4.5 days. Instructions said 1 hour per pound, and I weigh 108. December. Couldn't call 911. Duh! No 11 button on the stupid phone. Whew! What a year. A 65-year-old lady suddenly started learning to swim instead of her usual routine of going to bingo. Everyone was curious and asked her, "Why the change in your interest?" The lady with a look of helplessness replied, "Whenever my son and daughter-in-law quarrel with each other, my daughter-in-law always asks my son, 'If your mom and I fall into the water, which one would you save first?' So, because I don't want to put my son in a difficult position, I'm learning to swim." A few days later, her son and his wife were quarreling again, and the daughter-in-law asked, "Now tell me, if your mom and I fall into the water, whom would you save first?" The husband replied, "I don't have to get into the water. My mom knows how to swim, and she'll save you." The wife refused to relent. "No, you have to jump into the water and have to save one of us, Which one will it be?" Her husband replied, "Then I'm sorry to say you'll die anyway, because I don't know how to swim, and my mom will definitely save me first." Finally, blonde men jokes. A blonde man is in the bathroom and his wife shouts, "Did you find the shampoo?" He answers, "Yes, but I'm not sure what to do. It's for dry hair and I just wet mine." A blonde man spots a letter on his doormat. It says on the envelope, "Do not bend." He spends the next 2 hours trying to figure out how to pick it up. A blonde man shouts frantically into the phone, "My wife is pregnant and her contractions are only 2 minutes apart." "Is this your first child?" asks the doctor. "No," he shouts. "This is her husband." A preacher was completing a temperance sermon. With great expression, he said, "If I had all the beer in the world, I'd take it and throw it into the river." With even greater emphasis, he said, "And if I had all the wine in the world, I'd take it and throw it into the river." And finally, he said, "And if I had all the whiskey in the world, I'd take it and throw it into the river." He sat down. The song leader then stood very cautiously and announced with a smile, "For our closing song, let us sing hymn number 365, Shall We Gather at the River." A young Jewish woman visits her parents and brings her fiancé to meet them. After an elaborate dinner, the mother tells her husband to find out about the young man. The father invites the fiancé to his library for a drink. "So, what are your plans?" "I'm a Bible scholar." "Huh, a Bible scholar, huh? Admirable. But what will you do to provide a nice house for my daughter to live in?" "I will study, and God will provide for us." "And how will you buy her a beautiful engagement ring?" "I will concentrate on my studies. God will provide for us." "And children? How will you support children?" "Oh, don't worry, sir. God will provide." The conversation continues like this, and each time the father questions, the young idealist insists that God will provide. Later, the mother asks, "How did it go, honey?" "He has no job, no plans. But the good news is, he thinks I'm God." A man was driving through West Texas one spring evening. The road was deserted, and he had not seen a soul for what seemed like hours. Suddenly his car started to cough and sputter, and the engine slowly died away, leaving him sitting on the side of the road in total silence. He popped the hood and looked to see if there was anything he could do to get it going again. Unfortunately, he had limited knowledge of cars, so all he could do was look at the engine. Feeling despondent as he stood looking at the gradually fading light of his flashlight, he cursed that he had not put in new batteries like he had promised himself. Suddenly, through the inky shadows, came a deep voice. "It's your fuel pump." The man raced up quickly, striking his head on the underside of the hood. "Who said that?" There were 2 horses standing in the fenced field alongside the road, and the man was amazed when the nearest of the 2 horses repeated, "It's your fuel pump. Tap it with your flashlight and try it again. Confused, the man tapped the fuel pump with his flashlight, turned the key, and sure enough, the engine roared to life. He muttered a short thanks to the horse and screeched away. When he reached the next town, he ran into the local bar. "Give me a large whiskey, please." The rancher sitting at the bar looked at the man's ashen face and asked, "What's wrong, man? You look like you've seen a ghost." "It's unbelievable." The man recalled the whole tale to the rancher. The rancher took a sip of his beer and looked thoughtful. "A horse, you say? Was that, by any chance, a white horse?" "Yes, it was. Am I crazy?" "No, you ain't crazy. In fact, you're lucky, because that black horse don't know crap about cars." And now it's time for the funnies. I'm going to need you to pop open the trunk too. That's him. That's the one. I'd recognize that silly little hat anywhere. Watch repair. Department of City Planning. Department of City Scheming. Excuse me a sec. I want to check how many hits I got on my website. You mean? Yes, your entire species is dyslexic. It's not good, ma'am. He's got field mice. Dad, didn't we used to have a blowfish? Yes, we take mobile orders, but if you're actually inside the shop, we prefer that you speak to us. You have just won $1 million. You will be paid in hourly installments of $8, and you must be present to collect. I ask you a question, buddy. What's the square root of 5.248? For some reason, this costume makes me want you more. I'm home. We have to ask questions one at a time, speak slowly and clearly, and resist the urge to push the indicator off the table. I can't do this. The Cat and the Fiddle. I like you better as a frog. Ah, no, I never said that.
Well, actually I did say it, but after he said it. He said it, then I said it. I'm a mimic. That's what I do.
Mom! Use your inside voice. Here's your order, sir. 1,000 business cards saying, Simon the Fisherman. Later that day, Simon, from now on you shall be known as Peter. Relax. I'm here for the pilot. Witchcraft. Hexing while driving. I don't care if you don't like it. By God, you're going to eat it. I always wake up at 2 a.m. with these nagging thoughts like, why am I here? What's my purpose? And how many times should I smack my human's nose? All completely normal. At the Borkville, Idaho annual Ironman competition. Ernie, here's the file you wanted. Good luck. Love, Rosie. The Mayo Clinic. Uh-oh. Common rumper stickers of the Old West. I got lost in the Grand Canyon. Sodbusters do it in the dirt. Just say, whoa. Save the horn toads. Oh, Ginger, you look absolutely stunning, and whatever you rolled in sure does stink.
You know what's funny? Paintings of Adam and Eve where they both have belly buttons. Think about that. Take as much time as you need.
I swear to God, if you sniff my butt one more time... And that concludes another Opa's Corner.
Mein Hut, der hat 3 Ecken. 3 Ecken hat mein Hut. Und hat nicht 3 Ecken, dann ist es nicht mein Hut.
Opa's Corner is now available on my own YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe.